A man rushes into the hospital with a corpse, claiming it's his father and begging doctors to save him. Upon examination, the doctor discovers the patient is already dead, but the hospital director decides to feign treatment, a perfect opportunity to make a hefty profit. The doctor approaches the man, who calls himself Jabber, and gravely informs him that his father's condition is critical. He insists Jabber must buy a special medicine from a specific pharmacy to save his father's life. Jabber immediately races to the pharmacy and, despite the astronomical price of $30,000 for 2 bottles, purchases the medicine without hesitation. However, as soon as he hands the medicine to the nurse, she returns it to the pharmacy, a round trip that nets the hospital $30,000. The next day, after pretending their life-saving efforts have failed, the doctor tells Jabber that his father's condition has suddenly deteriorated. They need to bring in a high-priced specialist from abroad for surgery. The hospital swindles Jabber out of another $100,000 in specialist fees. Soon, a fake specialist arrives, putting on a professional and busy facade, constantly entering and exiting the operating room to create the illusion of desperate life-saving efforts. Throughout this supposed emergency, the hospital continues to demand that Jabber purchase more medications and pay additional fees under various pretexts. Only after draining his savings do they finally end the charade. With a somber expression, the doctor informs Jabber that the rescue attempt has failed, his father has passed away. This is precisely the moment Jabber has been waiting for. He immediately produces a death certificate he had prepared beforehand, proving the hospital has been defrauding him all along. The panicked doctor grabs the document and stuffs it into his mouth, attempting to destroy the evidence. Amused by this absurd behavior, Jabber mentions he has countless copies. If the doctor is hungry, he can supply them endlessly. Just then, an uninformed staff member approaches to notify Jabber that removing the body will cost another $100,000. Jabber immediately counters, to resolve this matter, the hospital must pay him $1 billion in compensation, or their scandal will make headline news. The hospital director is forced to seek help from the hospital's behind-the-scenes owner. This powerful and influential figure immediately sends men to deal with Jabber, but unexpectedly, Jabber proves to be highly skilled in combat and easily subdues them. Intimidated, the owner has no choice but to agree to the $1 billion compensation. However, Jabber doesn't want the money for himself. He distributes the entire settlement among families who had previously been deceived by the hospital. Afterward, he exposes all the hospital's illegal activities to the public, instantly destroying its reputation. Countless victimized families surround the owner's car, and this heartless businessman is ultimately engulfed by the fury of the patient's family.